Welcome back to the PBA League. Silver Lake Atom Splitters and the Dallas Strikers in a quarterfinal matchup. Silver Lake leads by 1 point and a 1-point doubles game. And this is what we call alternate shot or scotch doubles. Barnes on the strike. So now out. Opportunity.
Just want to make sure. Lane.
Smith in the second and 10 pin.
Pushed just a little bit too long down the lane and came in behind the head pin, leaving that half 10.
This could be anything.
Barnes didn't shoot at a whole lot of spares in that first game against Duke/Rhino Page. Remember, he started with the first 9 strikes in a row.
Yeah. Got a few hundred in at the TOCs.
Barnes in, passes the baton back to Brian Smith. Co-owns a bowling center in Roseburg, Oregon. We'll see him quite a bit in the PBA West and Northwest regions. Light hit, avoids the baby split, and just the 7 pin.
Well, the left lane's a little tighter. Brian Smith just witnessed that firsthand. This ball tripping the 2 pin forward and only leaving the 7 pin.
Leaves Barnes a couple of spares, as we saw the Elias Cup there, named for Eddie Elias, the founder of the PBA, back in 1958. And there is the Elias Cup, currently held by the New York City WTT Kingpins, who we'll see in one semifinal matchup. Now Mike Machuga with his fresh set of pins.
Talk about making it tough on your partner. Took a re-rack and then left the 3-4. The Elias Cup named after the founder, Eddie Elias. Eddie Elias was instrumental in taking the professional bowlers tour to new heights.
Just missed.
I had a run.
It's an open frame, which gives Machuga a look at a fresh set of pins.
It's better.
Dallas trails by 11 in this game and 1-0 in this quarterfinal. And the 10-pin falls for Mike Machuga. Strike on the board in the fourth for Dallas.
You like to think of this Scotch doubles format as alternate shots in golf. If your partner hits an OB off the tee, guess what? You're going to have trouble making par or birdie on that hole. And that's exactly what happened to Norm Duke and Mike Machuga in the third frame.
Brian Smith, owner of the 2003 Masters title, won in Reno. And he rips it right. Better indeed.
He's got a beat on that right lane. And
You get your lane back.
Chris gets his lane back on the left lane. And I think the key to the doubles match is when the players can throw enough strikes, they get to stay on the same lane over and over again.
Silver Lake up 11, fifth frame. Barnes up now for the Atom Splitters. Can extend the lead, and he does with a double.
Remember, the winner of this match, singles, doubles, trios worth 1 point, team event worth 3 points. The winner advances, the losers are out of the competition.
The winners in this quarterfinal match will advance to the semifinals. Now Dallas, same opportunity to double here in the fifth frame.
Oh, terrible break.
All right, straight up.
Come on, straight up, Jim. Great shot.
Well, they're falling behind, but currently down by 21 pins, and Norm Duke could have cut the deficit to 11 with a strike there, and it's kind of an awkward leave with the 7-pin. That's where the 10 goes to the sidewall, or the 6 goes to the sidewall, kicks the 10 out, 7 still standing. Very unusual.
Come on, buddy. Make another good one.
Machuga picks up the spare.
Mike Machuga, good spare shooter, solid spare shooter, as is Norm Duke. But right now they need strikes,
Come on,
not
baby.
spares.
Come on now.
Just not a consistent reaction to the pocket. Even though Norm's been around the pocket with every shot, just not a consistent entry angle.
Machuga cleans up the spare. He owns 2 PBA Tour titles. And when we return, more doubles action here in the PBA League. Silver Lake up 1. Dallas trying to even things up. Machuga and Duke looking to keep pace with Barnes and Smith. More doubles when we return. PBA League rolls on at Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park, Michigan. The Silver Lake Atom Splitters up 1 point to none in this quarterfinal match. And time for a bio blast. Let's meet Chris Hardwick, Silver Lake Atom Splitter owner. He's the son of PBA Hall of Famer Billy Hardwick, named after bowling announcer Chris Schenkel, founder of Nerdist.com, writer-contributor for Wired Magazine, and host of Midnight at Comedy Central, Talking Dead on AMC. Chris Barnes and Chris Hardwick teamed up in a doubles competition of their own at a CP3 Celebrity Invitational.
Yeah, much to the disdain of funny man Kevin Hart, but Chris Hardwick comes from some pretty good genes, and he proved it. Chris Barnes, here's the winning shot for him and his teammate. There's the hardware, Mike J.
The Chris Paul Celebrity Invitational Trophy, that great bronze trophy. And a great doubles win for Hardwick and Barnes. Back to action now in our doubles game. 1 point And the lead belongs to Silver Lake. And can be extended with another strike here in the 6th. And that comes up high, avoids worse fate, just the 4-pin.
I don't know. Hit the right ball.
Missed, 4-pin.
Aw. Come on. Come on, pick me up.
Well, just a mental mistake here by Barnes, whiffing on the 4-pin. You know, we saw in that piece Chris Hardwick, the team owner of the Silver Lake Atom Splitters. And I mentioned the good genes. You know, his father, Billy Hardwick, who recently passed away, was one of the greatest players in the history of the PBA. He's the first ever to win the Triple Crown, which is winning the U.S. Open, the Tournament of Champions, and the National Championship. Take a look at Billy Hardwick's style right here, the classic full roller, meaning that his track was between the fingers and thumb hole. But Billy Hardwick was tough as nails on the lane and about as accurate as they came.
Duke up for Dallas, and Dallas has been let back into this doubles game on the Barnes miscue, and Duke taking advantage now, handing it over to Machuga. They can take the lead here in the 8th frame.
I'm not sure Machuga's thrown a strike yet in this competition. Oh, yep, he did in the 4th frame. He struck on the left lane. He's back on the left lane. This is a really good thing for the Dallas Strikers. They can take the lead with a strike right here. Oh my! 7-10 denied. Check out this pin action. Just when we thought we had a blowout, guess who's in the lead now by 1 pin? Mike Machuga and partner Norm Duke and the Dallas Strikers. Watch this pin carry. The 5-pin barely rolls the 7, and something tipped the 10 out.
So just that quickly, Dallas now in the lead. Barnes can atone. A strike will get the lead back for Silver Lake. 8th frame.
Look out. Very fortunate only to have left the 4-pin.
Nice move over there.
Worked hard.
Brian Smith sarcastically saying, I worked hard. It was a single pin spare. Brian, remember your partner just missed that in the 6th frame.
Kicks out the 10-pin strike for Silver Lake.
And nice shot there. Setting up the 10th frame. Max score for them, 216. Max score for the Dallas Strikers, Norm Duke and Mike Machuga, 227. Big shot coming up here for Norm Duke.
Foundation frame, Dallas put a double together. Now Duke up. Good shake out. The 2
God,
and the 8.
I thought it would have turned anyway. That's you, Michael.
Well, that ball never hooked. It was hydroplaning. It looked like a car on a sheet of ice. Never got to the 1-3. Hard enough to strike. Now leaving his partner the pesky 2-8 spare combo.
Now, come on.
My bad. My bad.
Did not break down nearly as quick.
I know. I'm with you.
And the hammer
Okay.
tough spare replay covering the 2 and the sleeper 8.
Oh, come on.
Machuga does it perfectly. Now Norm Duke needs to throw a strike here to give his team a chance to win this and win a point for the Dallas Strikers. There you go. Machuga's got some experience on this left lane. He's getting up now. He can double. They need to strike out to force the Atom Splitters to strike out, or excuse me, to throw a double in the 10th frame. And we do have the possibility of a tie. In the event of a tie, the teams will split the 1 point.
So that cuts through the heart. 3,
Pull my
6,
thumb out of that. I think it's still in it.
9, and 10.
Well, Mike Machuga wrenched on that one at the bottom of the swing and got it right, which made that ball hook
94.
and hook a lot.
56, 66, 78, 6, 5.
Really not on that one. And then you see it get out to the dry part of the lane and just overhook.
Experience.
195 finish for Dallas.
Not exactly textbook on the conversion, but right now the Atom Splitters, as we take one more look, he barely catches enough of the 3-pin, and he converts. Now, a strike here, it's over. Spare and 9, we have a tie. Oh my.
Messenger missed.
Wow. That's good.
Massive messenger in front. Chris Barnes has to make this, or Dallas Strikers win the point. If Barnes converts here, Brian Smith will get back up, and he'll need to strike to win. Watch this messenger. Guys are just slinging wood everywhere.
Thank you.
Barnes covers the spare, and Brian Smith now with a chance
I don't like that one.
to earn a point for Silver Lake. In the event of a tie, they'd split the point half and half.
Strike is a winner, 9's a tie, 8's a loser.
Eight is a loser, and this match is even at 1-1.
That was not good.
Hey, you can always go back to the missed 4-pin, but pretty surprised that Brian Smith did not clutch that one out and throw a strike.
So Dallas evens things up at 1-1. Smith for the win. Coming up short. Trios next. It's 1-1 in the PBA League. The PBA League's second season is in full swing, and now you can support your favorite team by purchasing PBA League apparel at PBA.com. The latest PBA League t-shirts, along with other officially licensed PBA merchandise, are available by clicking on the Shop tab at PBA.com. Tough loss for the Atom Splitters, and Kimberly Pressler is standing by with manager Mark Baker.
That's right, Mike. It was a tough loss for you guys, but how do you pick the spirits back up for your team and move on to the trios?
Yeah, Brian threw it really good in the 10th, didn't get that 10-pin. So now I bring in the 3 horses, Dom, Wes, and Tommy. Just let them do what they do, and we should be okay.
Now, why did you pick that lineup?
Those 3 guys tend to hook at the most of my team. Chris owes it fairly straight. I want to keep my straight team farther out so we don't ruin the lanes. So in team event, we don't get too far left. So the 3 big guys are coming in this match.
All right, we'll see how they do.
And Randy, it was two particular shots by Silver Lake late in that game that did him in and allowed Dallas to escape with a victory and earn a point and even up this match.
Yeah, it really was, Mike. It was the missed 4-pin by Chris Barnes, and then ultimately it was the 10th frame. But here's the whiff. That got Norm Duke and Mike Machuga back into the match. And then here in the 10th frame, Brian Smith needs all 10. 9 would have tied. He got 8. And quite honestly, Norm Duke, Mike Machuga backdoored their way to 1 point in this match.
Well, Jones and Barrett and Malott on paper, you look to be stronger than Dallas, but they don't bowl them on paper. You bowl them on the lanes.
No, I agree. But I think Mark Baker brought up a great point. They went with their straight players first. Chris Barnes, much straighter. Brian Smith can throw it straighter. And so he left the big guns for last. And the reason behind that is, and you heard Mark say it, was so that they didn't beat up the oil pattern. So the players could stay far enough right so that come team event, they still have plenty of oil to move into in the middle part of the lane. You're going to see some big revs and a lot of hook in this trios match from that team.
And then Page, Monticelli, and Watka will do battle in trios for Dallas. And speaking of oil patterns, Randy, let's take a look at the innovative blue oil. For the very first time, we're able to see the laydown area and what actually happens during transition.
On the left, before practice, on the right, you can see the lighter areas just outside the second arrow and just inside the second arrow. Some of those little lighter marks that you see as the ball, as it comes in contact with the lane, some of those are created by shooting spares, but the lighter worn areas in that track area, that's where the players have been playing. You notice that nobody's in the fourth arrow yet, and that's because the big hands, the big guns, they haven't bowled yet.
We got trios action coming up, and then our team competition, and then the winner moves on and the loser goes home. So there's urgency to earn the points, both in trios and then to capture the team match. There's urgency involved.
Well, right now, as it stands, this match is going to be decided in the team event finale, because that portion of the match is worth 3 points. Right now, it's all tied up 1-1.
When we return, it's trios, Jones, Barrett, Malott versus Page, Monticelli, and Watka in the PBA League.